What's up, collectors? Welcome back to Films by Color. I've got my lovely wife Grace with me today to talk about some musicals.
Musical May.
We did Musical May again this year, and it didn't go as well as last year. Last year, it went very well. We watched a ton of musicals.
Well, we didn't have a plan at all.
We went into this just winging it, and we made lists a little bit that we were trying to follow, but we were just so busy this month. It was just crazy.
Fun.
We had the kids coming home from school, summer break, all kinds of stuff was going on. We were traveling a lot.
Soccer.
But we watched as many musicals as we could, which was about 10 or 11. So we've got them all here, except one. We don't have one on disc. We'll talk about that one later. We're just going to go through the month. We're going to go through everything we watched in Musical May, one by one, in the order that we watched them, and just give our thoughts and make some recommendations for you guys. If you love musicals, if you don't love musicals, I think there'll be some good recommendations in here for everybody. So I can't wait to talk about them with you. Thank you for joining me, by the way.
Absolutely.
Love to see you back on the channel again. Should we just jump right in?
Let's do it.
Start at the beginning?
Let's do it.
Summer Stock. We watched this on May 1st, just to jump right into the season. It's not going to focus on the movie because it's going to focus on our faces. We have to hide behind the movie every time I do this. Summer Stock. We found this actually at a CD warehouse a long time ago. I remember I found this. It was still sealed. It was a really good find. This is an archive collection, Warner Archive collection, and it's Judy Garland and Gene Kelly. The first Judy Garland and Gene Kelly movie we're going to talk about tonight.
He does the tappity tap. She does the belting. It's wonderful.
Well, they both do tappity tap
I
in
know,
this.
which is something I did not know about Judy Garland. I didn't know she was such a good dancer until this movie.
She's great. She totally holds her own with them.
I know.
The barn scene is
Yeah,
great.
when she first dances with him.
Yeah. And she plays this character who is resisting it and doesn't want to be involved in it, and then she breaks free in that scene.
She's a farmer in overalls. It's wonderful.
Yes, it's really fun. It's a lot of fun. Gene Kelly plays, he's in this theater troupe, and they all come to her barn because of her sister. She doesn't even know what's happening, and they're performing, so they're all practicing in her barn. And she makes them earn their keep and work on the farm, and nobody knows how to do anything. And it's a comedy.
Yeah. It also has one of the most frustrating characters of all time.
The guy who keeps wrecking everything. Yes, he's a goofball. But it's a romantic comedy with Judy Garland and Gene Kelly. It's not my favorite. I gave it a 3,
Again,
3.5 on Letterboxd.
Gene taps, it's gonna go up at least a full star, at least.
Yeah, you just love Gene. You're a sucker for Gene Kelly. It was a lot of fun. It was a good way to start off the month. Not a really, really amazing one, but very, very fun. And I'm glad we watched it together the first of the month.
Speaking of not a really, really amazing one.
This one's not great. We got this one on the... when did we watch this?
Elvis Blue Hawaii.
This was early, too. We watched this on the 2nd. So the very next day. We started great.
We were doing so good at the beginning.
We were doing really well at the beginning. We kind of lost steam halfway through. This is a beautiful 4K release from Paramount Presents. It's my number 36. Incredible release. Incredible music. Elvis is great, looks beautiful. You're just looking at Hawaii the whole time.
And that is it.
But that's all you're there for. Elvis is great, the song's great, and the scenery is great. But the story is non-existent.
There isn't a story.
There's no story. It's just him taking these girls on a tour around Hawaii, and there's a flimsy
Elvis wears his shorty shorts, and he sings songs that are almost his songs, but with the words slightly changed.
There's some good songs in this one. I like the songs, and I thought he was doing great. I thought he was giving it his best. I felt like I could tell that he could tell that the material was not there, but he was still giving it his all, even though it was very flimsy. But you liked his mother,
Angela Lansbury.
Angela Lansbury is as this racist,
a society
awful
woman
character
in Hawaii, which is hilarious. And she's definitely, it's worth a watch, but just know you're not watching this for the plot.
But I think if you have a nice 4K setup, it looks amazing with the Hawaii scenery and everything. Yeah. I enjoyed it. I'm glad we watched it. This is from the era where he was just making his producer just had him making terrible,
just pushing him out,
terrible films. Yeah. But we will talk about another Elvis film later that is much, much better. And I can't wait to talk about it with you. This next one, you didn't watch.
I didn't.
I watched this with the kiddos. This was recently sent to me by a subscriber.
It's Danny Kaye, though, so it would already at least get a star.
It's Danny Kaye. It is Hans Christian Andersen. It's another Warner Archive title. I've been wanting to watch this for a while. I didn't even know this existed for the longest time, but it is a biopic about Hans Christian Andersen, the famous fairy tale writer. Danny Kaye plays Hans Christian Andersen, and it's kind of like The Red Shoes. If you've seen The Red Shoes is she's performing an opera of The Red Shoes, a ballet of The Red Shoes, but it's also kind of an adaptation of The Red Shoes.
Oh, okay.
So he's writing the stories. It's his origin story of how it's also a fairy tale version of his life. It's not real. It's like a fantasized version. But it's about him becoming a writer of fairy tales, and it's about him writing the Little Mermaid as a play. But it's also the story itself is kind of the Little Mermaid.
Oh.
And he falls in love, and there's a little bit of a romance, but it's mostly just kind of a character piece for him personally. I liked it a lot. My kids also loved it. I recommend showing it to your kids. It's a good one to watch with the family. Maybe we'll watch it again sometime and you can join us. And there's also just a really, really beautiful like version of the Little Mermaid ballet at the end. It just like shows the whole thing almost. It's really, really cool. Highly recommend that one. It's, again, not like going to blow your socks off or anything, but I really enjoyed that one. Very good.
And speaking of blowing your socks
This one I loved. I really love this one.
This is one from my childhood that I watched a lot with my grandmother. So, and I actually saw the Broadway version of this in New York when I was in 5th grade. But Annie, Get Your Gun. It's a classic. It's wonderful. We watched this with John. So, of course, as we watched it, we got little factoids and tidbits. And we learned that Judy Garland was originally made for the role, and there's even some footage in the behind the scenes, of her doing some of the scenes. But I'm so glad that Betty Hutton ended up doing it because she just like is perfect.
I prefer her.
She's perfect for it.
Obviously I love Judy Garland, but I don't think she was as good as her. She's amazing. I fell in love with her. She steals the show. I had never seen this before, never even heard of this before.
So
I didn't even know it was about Annie Oakley. This is another one that Sean sent me, and it is beautiful. This is so charming. I think this is maybe the most charming one we watched.
Yeah.
I gave this 4 stars on Letterboxd. Like, I really loved this. I don't know why.
Yeah, I forgot how misogynistic it was, so it went down a little bit for me.
Yeah.
But it's so wonderful. It's like you almost just.
I understand people who have issues with the ending, but I think I don't know. I just like her character so much.
She's so great, and it's Howard. What's his name? Howard.
Yeah, who we're going to talk about again here in a little bit.
Keel. I can never remember his name.
Howard Keel.
That deep voice. He's great, though.
It's basically like a circus movie. They're riding around town in a train, around the country and around the globe even later on. And they're just performing for people, but they're not a circus. They're a gun show. So she's going around, and they're performing for everybody. There's so many good numbers in this, including the big... You already mentioned the Anything You Can Do, I Can Do Better?
And I'm sorry. That's I probably annoyed both you and John so much because I couldn't stop singing the whole time. I'm that person.
I love this one quite a bit. That's one we're going to have to revisit.
Yeah.
It was really good.
It's great.
Annie Get Your Gun. Highly recommend it. And then another amazing female protagonist movie. We watched this next in the month. This just came out last year. This is a 4K from Criterion. And we picked it up in November, in the November sale.
I think it's when it came out was November.
Yeah.
We got that
We picked it up like the weekend of. We were on vacation in Florida, but we had to stop at Barnes & Noble and grab it. It's Funny Girl.
It was so good.
Funny Girl. This was great.
But don't let the title confuse you, because Funny Girl, it's great and it is humorous, but it's also deep and a little bit sad and tragic.
It's not a comedy, but it's about a comedian. She's a female comedian, and I didn't know
Fanny
this.
Bryce. It's a real story. Like, it's about Fanny Bryce.
And I kind of wish you didn't tell me that.
Sorry.
You told me that early on, and I was like, oh, I didn't know this was about a female comedian. So I was like, oh, this is going to be like her story, like a biopic about her. That's really cool. It is not really. Well, it starts...
It's more focused on her relationship.
Yeah, it starts telling her story, and then it kind of just homes in on the relationship. Like, the whole time is like her... It's kind of very similar to Annie Get Your Gun, because it's both about this kind of toxic relationship with... well, it's not... The relationship's not bad, but he's an addict. No, it is, actually, because he's jealous of her fame, and he can't really get over it.
It's very similar to Annie
He's
Get Your
got
Gun,
that kind of... He needs to be the moneymaker of the family, and he's a gambler, and he starts losing all of his money, and then she has to bail him out, and he gets his pride gets hurt.
Let's not spoil the whole movie.
Sorry. It's really good. If not, watch it for no other reason than her performance.
She is. I've never seen Streisand in anything. Obviously, I know her music. I know her voice is impeccable, but I've never seen her act before. And the final number in this, when she sings "My Man,"
Barbara Streisand's incredible in this.
Crying, full body chills. She is just amazing.
And this is 70s. This is one of the 68. This is actually late 60s, which we just watched Sweet Charity. We've been really watching a lot of 60s musicals recently. 60s is great for musicals. Don't leave out the 60s. But I found it to hold up really well. I thought there's some Miss Maisel in this. I thought
definitely.
There's just some really ahead of its time conversations about like gender roles and relationships. Like, there was some really good stuff about relationships and marriage, and I found it to be very insightful and interesting.
I agree. And just while we're on that note, I just want to do a quick quick nod to Sweet Charity. We didn't watch it in Musical May. We watched it a couple months ago, but buy it. Watch it. It is so underrated. I don't know how I've never heard of this movie before.
Bob Fosse.
Watch it.
He makes the best musicals ever. We didn't watch any Fosse this month, so yeah, thanks for shouting
Well, no,
out.
he was in,
He choreographed.
he was in it too, in
Yeah.
Kiss Me Kate. Well,
We'll talk about that in a minute. We haven't got there yet. But he didn't direct that.
no.
Next up on the list, we got to get Fred Astaire in here this month. We haven't talked about Fred Astaire. Technicolor, The Band Wagon. Very colorful film. Look at us. We're very colorful. It's summer, guys. It's finally summer. We're wearing summer clothes. Fred Astaire and Sid Charisse. This is our first Sid Charisse film, and she is amazing.
She was great.
She's incredible. She steals the show. I was excited for Fred Astaire because he's like my favorite tapper.
He's yeah.
You're a
he
Gene
taps.
Kelly fan.
I'm both, man. He's
I love
more
Fred
like
Astaire.
classical dance. Fred Astaire's more the tapping.
He just feels like it
Is
looks.
this the one with the penny arcade?
Yes.
Okay, that was
my favorite
great.
scene.
That
It
was a
opens up with a
great
little like arcade. It's amazing. Fred Astaire is my favorite because when he's dancing, it just seems like he is just going off the cuff. Like he makes choreography seem so natural. Like he's just.
And like he loves it.
He's so happy. He's
Swing Time last year was one of my favorites. So.
Yes. So Fred Astaire in this he's an older performance by him. He's kind of past his prime. He can't get roles anymore. He's a big film star. And then he comes back and does a play in this, try to reinvigorate his career. And it is, what is it? Faust. It's like this really, they think it's going to be a musical. The director goes in a weird way with it and makes it this dark, depressing, horrible
Goes off the
musical
rails.
that makes everybody depressed. There's an amazing scene where the after party is just empty. Nobody goes to the after party because everyone's just so depressed after the performance. So then they rework it and make it more fun, and they put a bunch of really cool numbers in it. And there's an amazing noir ballet at the end of this, which
I was like, Fred Astaire did a noir, guys.
it's so good. I watch it for that alone, but it's really good. I highly recommend it. I liked it a lot. Yeah.
I can't tell you what the final play that they come up with is about.
No,
entirely?
It's just grab
Wait,
bag.
is this the one with the creepy triplet scene?
Yes.
Oh.
Of different numbers. There's.
Apparently, that's like a fan favorite. It scarred me a little bit.
It's really crazy, but it's great. This is one if you just watch it just because you love dancing and you want to watch it. Story's not that great. There's a romance, obviously. I mean, you can kind of see where it's going.
I could compare it to another film that we watched last year, but I think that might make people mad.
Oh, interesting.
American in Paris.
Yeah, similar to American Pie. I think people agree with that.
It's all for the dancing.
Yeah, you gotta watch
and
the
the
dancing.
costumes. Let's be honest.
Yeah, so it's kind of a weird romance. I don't really buy them together, but it's nice.
It's great.
It's fun. Now, one of our favorites. These are our guys. We fell in love with the Marx Brothers last year. We watched through all of their movies in that big box set back there. And it's The Night of the Opera, one of their most beloved. One of their most beloved movies.
So great.
It's like basically Duck Soup, and I think this is their second favorite.
Oh, really? I didn't
think
know
so.
that.
This is their very highly rated on Letterboxd, and this is the first one we've watched without.
But Zeppo. But
Zeppo.
why wasn't he there? Because there was the Zeppo character, and it just wasn't him.
I
it
think
was
Zeppo
sad.
got tired of doing the straight man and he didn't want to do it anymore,
was
so he left.
sad.
But it's got Groucho, it's got Chico, it's got Harpo.
And Harpo's my favorite, guys.
Yeah,
and
Harpo's
his
my
harp
favorite.
scene in this one, I think, is his best I've seen so far.
Oh, really?
I think that's my favorite harp
high
scene
praise.
from him. So he's so talented.
He also
It's
does the
absolutely
piano
crazy.
in this.
I know.
Chico's amazing piano scene in this. This is the most musical of their films too, because
That
it's
we've
about
seen,
an
yeah.
opera singer.
Yeah.
And there's this crazy bananas scene at the end where they're in the opera house, and Harpo's like swinging around on the rafters like Spider-Man.
Best.
It's so good. It's wonderful. If you haven't seen a Marx Brothers film, they're not like, I was going to say the scripts aren't amazing. The story's not that much. They're usually pretty flimsy stories, but the script is really good because the jokes just keep coming and coming and coming and coming. Constantly
yeah.
joking the entire time. And not all of them will hit for you, but there's so many of them that enough of them hit that it's just such a fun time. We love watching the Marx Brothers on a Friday night after we put the kids down. This is some of our favorite nights that we have together. And there's a commentary on here by Leonard Maltin.
No,
And a full documentary, Marx on Marx. So
From Marx on Marx.
a lot of stuff on there.
Like it.
That's another great one. That's our fifth or sixth, maybe sixth Marx Brothers film. We still got to watch Day at the Races. We got that one too.
Pop it in.
Another one here that I watched without you. I watched this with the kids. It's The Wonderful World of the Brothers Grimm. Had to talk about this one. This is a spectacle. This is like, you have to see this. I'm so glad we have the theater downstairs. I got to see this huge. This,
Oh, yeah, that was the one that was a cinemascope or whatever.
Cinerama.
Cinerama.
So Cinerama was first. Cinerama was basically a camera that had, you can hold it, had like 3 panels. Like it had 3 screens. It was a camera setup that had like 3 cameras that recorded at once, and then they projected it on 3 panels. It's like a precursor to IMAX, basically. So it would come all the way around you. You felt like you were in the movie. And the way they do that for the Blu-ray release is it's called Smile Box. So the screen bends around. It looks kind of like a smile, like it goes panorama around. Like it doesn't actually go around you, but it kind of gets the same.
It gets wider on the edges.
So when you're watching the movie, you can like see around the camera. Like if you're standing
like
here,
peripheral view.
you can kind of see it's really cool. The kids loved it. It's very similar to Hans Christian Andersen. I actually like this one a little bit better. It is the origin story of the brothers Grimm. But in this one, we actually get to see some of the fairy tales. So you've got the dancing princess, you got the elves and the shoemaker, and then you got the singing bone, which is this really cool practical dragon that the kids loved. Russ Tamlin's in the dancing princess. He's doing some awesome dance numbers, and it's just really fun. You get to see the fairy tales. The kids love the fairy tales. There's a lot of stop motion with the cobbler and the elves story. So another great one to show your kids. Very long, though. I think it's 2 hours and 20 minutes. And I was a little worried because the parts that aren't fairy tales, this is not like Hans Christian Andersen where it's like dramatized or fantasized. It's very just, they're writers for the king.
Yeah, that's when I came down. I was like, why are the children watching this?
They write history for the king, but one of the Grimm brothers wants to write fairy tales instead, and then he goes around and collects fairy tales and starts writing them, and it's very slow, and I was worried that the children weren't going to like all of it, but I tried to wrap it up. It was like their bedtime, and there was still like 30 minutes left, and I was like, all right, guys, we got to get ready for bed. They're like, no, we want to watch the whole thing. So we finished the whole thing. I let them stay up a little bit later, and they loved it. So I highly recommend that. If you love film history and the history of different technology from the past, and if you just like, fairy tales and you want to watch a little cool biopic. So that one's a lot of fun, a lot of reasons to pick that one up. I highly recommend it. We just finally got this Blu-ray a couple of years ago. I made a video when it came out because I was so excited about it because they didn't even have a DVD for the longest time. So that's a great one. Let's get back to you and tell them about The Pirate. We watched The Pirate, another one we watched with John.
I highly enjoyed this film, and the whole time, the only thing I could think, it feels like, I might have been a little high. Don't know if you want to edit that out. Leave that up to you. But it felt like Pedro Pascal doing an SNL skit, and I absolutely loved it. Gene Kelly is like a pirate daddy, and it was great. It was so much fun.
This one's weird. It was all over the place. It kind of know what you're getting into because I was expecting piracy.
Oh no, not at all.
We never leave the shore. There's no boats.
He's just playing a pirate
on shore.
Yeah.
And they're just visiting a town. Like it never gets. I was expecting kind of like the Seahawk or some kind of adventure pirate film, but there's really no. I'm glad we didn't watch it in our pirate month that we're planning on doing because it's not very piratey, but it is great. This one went up and down for me. Like I really liked some scenes.
Parts,
the middle kind of lost me. It kind of meanders a little bit and goes back and forth. There's an opening number with Gene going all around the whole stage with all the different women. Incredible. I don't think they ever topped it. I think that was the best number in the whole thing. The ending number is really cool too.
Yeah.
It just keeps going and going.
And the scene, if you've seen it, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. Where Gene kisses a girl and like takes her cigarette and puts it in his mouth. I can't even understand how that happens and he doesn't burn his mouth.
He takes it out of her mouth. He puts it in his mouth. He kisses her. He spits it back out.
It goes in his mouth.
And then he blows smoke at her face.
It's amazing.
Grace was very turned on during this movie. He's got the tightest pants.
I didn't know Gene Kelly had game like that.
Of all time.
I mean, he loves
all
to wear,
of his pants.
He
are
loves
so
to
tight.
show off his tight little booty. I remember that in Young Girls of Rushmore. He had the tightest pants on.
Yeah, it's not Young Girls of Rushmore, but it is a lot of fun. It's another MGM musical, and it's also Judy Garland. So that was
she was simping for some Gene Kelly in that too, which was hilarious. It was cute.
She liked him quite a bit. I don't know if I highly recommend but it's fun.
It's
watch it with other people. Most of these I would watch with other people.
If you just want to have a drink and like not fully pay attention and enjoy what's going on the screen, The Pirate is for you.
Yeah, that was when John made me a martinez.
And Eli, John and Eli came over for that one.
So yeah, that was a lot of fun.
That was a fun one.
That's a good one to watch with the group. Next one though is actually really great. This is a great movie. I'm so glad I finally watched this. I've never really gotten into Elvis's films. Now I've seen 2. This is by far the better of the two. It's King Creole. And what is this poster?
Don't be misled by the cover.
This poster's terrible. Don't look at this poster.
It looks like Blue Hawaii on the cover.
First of all, it's a black and white film. It's not colorful like this. And it's a Michael Curtiz film.
It's so good.
It's like a film noir.
It is. It's a film noir, except the ending is not noir. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh. If you like Michael Curtiz, which we do, he's one of our favorite directors of all time. I've never seen a bad Michael Curtiz film.
Nope.
He can do anything, and he can do film noir. And this is basically a film noir. This takes place, I believe, in the 50s. Yeah, 1958. And it takes place in New Orleans, which is such a cool place to do a film noir. And it is just a terrible, terrible town, and Elvis is down on his luck. I'm talking about in the movie.
Oh, okay.
And he's just so great in this. This actually made me sad for what happened to his career and how they made him do just like
do all the studio films.
Bad films after this, because he's really, really great in this. I think I don't want to say steals the show because he is the lead in it, but he's a young kid who, he's in a bad part of town. His dad's kind of given up after his mom died, and he gets into some crime. He tries some things here and there, but then he becomes a night singer for a nightclub, and his career takes off. But there's basically like the kingpin of the whole city. Walter Matthau is just like he owns the whole city, and he's like trying to steal Elvis and kind of blackmail him into working for him. And there's a lot of like crime stuff going on and guns and very noir. And there's this prostitute character that Walter Matthau is ruining her life, that they kind of form a little bit of a romance. There's a couple romances in this.
And General Waverly from White Christmas.
From White Christmas.
Is his dad in this?
Also from Michael Curtiz film, White Christmas. We didn't realize that till halfway through, and it blew your mind.
It blew my mind, and then I just like immediately started crying. So.
He's great. He plays Elvis Presley's dad. There's a lot of twists and turns in this one. I like it quite a bit, and the soundtrack is so good.
So good.
The soundtrack is so good. We've listened to it in the car a couple times after this. So
yeah.
Highly recommend King Creole. This is not a 4K. This is only a Blu-ray. I wish they would do a 4K of this. And it's all the way back to Spy number 2 of Paramount Presents.
And New Orleans has a special place in my heart because both my grandparents are from there. So I grew up going there all the time. So as soon as it opens and it's like on what looks like bourbon or broad somewhere in the fridge quarter, I was like, oh, this is for me.
Oh, and it opens with the Crawdad song?
Yeah, it's so good. Crawfish.
It's great.
Jinx.
A couple more here left. Finally got to this one. I'm so happy. I just picked this one up a couple sales ago. It's a Criterion release. I've been wanting to watch it forever. It's a beautiful cover here. The Mikado. The Mikado from 1939, the golden year. I love the golden year, and I try to collect as many of those films as I can. And I've had this one, and we never got around to watching it. And it's great. It's so good. It's beautiful. It is by far
set design is crazy.
The best production of anything we watched this month.
Yeah.
The production design, costume design.
It's crazy.
It's gorgeous. It's such a good film. This is the legendary Gilbert and Sullivan troupe who did the Mikado originally, and I think there's a lot of them in this version, in the film version.
Okay.
And I loved it. It's hilarious. It was so funny. Do you remember?
Yes, I remember. I just watched it.
Oh man, I really enjoyed this one. Problematic, probably.
Yes.
I know there's a lot of people that don't like how this is held up, but if you
it's of its time.
If you can look past that,
Yeah.
there's just a beautiful production design and such a fun. It's basically because it's by the people that did the stage play, I think, or at least some of them. It feels like a stage play, like it's very stage play.
Oh yeah.
And I mean that's kind of what it felt like. Musicals felt like in this time period, anyway. It's lovely. It's such a fun watch. It's such a breezy watch. It's only 91 minutes. Nice, fun. Comedy romance? Kind of a romance. Yeah, it's a romance. It's like a Romeo and Juliet kind of romance. Like they're already together before the movie starts. So
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed that one. I would love to watch some of the supplements on here. And I want to watch Topsy Turvy because Topsy Turvy is another film in the Criterion Collection that is about the production of the musical.
Oh, okay.
Really long one, but I really want to strap in and watch that. I wanted to watch this first so I would understand what was happening in that one. So I'm excited to check that out, and I'm happy that I finally watched this one. Let us know what you think of the Mikado. I gave it 4 stars on Letterboxd. I really enjoyed that one.
And
This one,
musicals that feel like plays. Kiss Me Kate.
this is so cool. This is
Oh yeah.
This is a 3D musical.
It was so crazy.
And we recently found out that our projector downstairs plays 3D movies.
Who knew?
We didn't even know that. So we put it in. We were going to watch this with John when he was here. We put it in and it starts playing in 3D. And we're like, well, we can't watch this. So we switched over to Andy, Get Your Gun. But we ordered some 3D glasses and we popped it on, and it's amazing. And it's not just a gimmick. Like this more than any 3D movie I've ever seen.
It. Yeah,
it's supposed to be 3D because there's a lot of fourth wall breaking moments.
And they throw stuff at you a lot.
They put on the Taming of the Shrew play in this, and there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of scenes where they look directly at the audience, at you, the audience, and they're on stage, and it shows the audience a little bit. Like for the second half of the movie, it's just the play.
Pretty much the play.
It's just the play they're putting on, and there's a behind the scenes like drama that kind of lines up with the play. It's very similar to the Red Shoes as well because they're putting on the play, but also. It's kind of not a threesome, love triangle. There's no threesomes
Not
in
a
this.
threesome.
There's a love triangle going on that kind of mirrors what's happening in the play that they're putting on with Taming of the Shrew. And then there's a lot of scenes where they're looking at the audience and the 3D comes directly into it. I thought it was really cool. There's so many cool numbers. The beginning number where they're on the roof.
Ann Miller. Yeah, I was going to say, Ann
so
Miller
good.
dancing. Amazing.
Well, so there's so many good dancers in this.
I know.
Like the main two, and then there's like...
and Bob Fosse's in this. He's one of the 3
Yes.
suitors or
And
whatever.
he did the choreography. That's why
Yeah.
it's so good. It's got the 3D version and the 2D on here if you do want to watch the 2D, but I recommend the 3D because it looks awesome. And then, like you said, there's a lot of interactive stuff where she's doing a dance and with like, not tassels, scarves, and
Yeah,
she's like
she'll,
throwing the
throw 'em at
scarves
you.
at people, and it's really cool.
It was really cool.
I didn't even... I've never seen a 3D movie from this time period. There's a 3D noir that I just got that's coming in the mail, so we can watch that too, now that we have 3D glasses. Another Howard Keel. Did you mention him?
Howard Keel. I did not yet.
Catherine Grayson. Caitlin Grayson? No, Catherine Grayson. Really, really good. I also gave this 4 stars. Like, we really backlogged the month with some really, really... Like, look at this, 3 in a row.
Yeah,
I mean,
those
King
are
Creole, Mikado, and Kiss Me Kate, those are all super solid. That's all the discs we watched this month, but I do have to call out one more. I watched one more without you the last couple days here of May. We're shooting this on June 1st, so we're just finishing Musical May. I finally watched, what's it called?
Dancer
in the Dark. Oh my goodness, I blew it. Dancer in the Dark from Lars von Trier. I've never seen a Lars von Trier film. This is my first one, and I absolutely loved it. It was my favorite thing I watched the whole month. I gave it, this is crazy, I never do this. I give it 5 stars.
On first watch. You
First
never
watch.
do that.
I never give it 5 stars on first watch. Last time I did that was with Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence. But I cried about as much, probably more in this than I did with Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence.
Okay.
This is a heartbreaking
I knew that. And that's why I
tearjerker
didn't
of a
watch
film,
it
which
with
is
you.
why you didn't want to watch it with me. It's so good. It's amazing. So it's a musical about Björk. Björk is the star, and she's giving the performance of a lifetime. Like, she is... I don't know much about Björk, so I didn't know anything going in, and I would have thought she was actually blind or actually, I don't know. Like, she is she's incredible in this. And she plays kind of an immigrant from Czechoslovakia, and she's in America, and she moved here with kind of big ambitions and dreams, and she's kind of living in this trailer that she's renting from these people, and she has this kid, and she's struggling. She's saving every single penny she has because she is going blind, and her kid has the same thing that she probably shouldn't have had him, but it is genetic, and she doesn't want him to become fully blind like she is, so she's saving every single penny so that she's working at this factory like all day long, like double shifts, and she's just working and working and working, and it's just heartbreaking just to see her struggle, and it gets so much worse. It's one of those ones that, it's I do not
Don't
recommend
worry,
watching
it gets
this
worse.
one. But she loves musicals. She grew up watching musicals back in Czechoslovakia, and it's kind of like Pan's Labyrinth, where she uses...
It's bad then.
It's worse than Pan's Labyrinth. She uses musicals as an escape from her, like, the pain and suffering that she's going through. So she hears music everywhere in like everyday life. So at the factory, she's hearing the repeated sounds of the
Because August Rush
equipment.
totally ripped that off.
And she's hearing all that stuff. The second number, and the first musical number isn't to 40 minutes in, which is super
How long is
crazy.
the movie?
Like 2.5, 2:20, something like that. It's very long. But the second number is on a train, like the train tracks going over and over and over. And the second song is amazing. Like the soundtrack is so weird and unique, and it's using kind of like very 2000s. Like the first song in the Factory kind of sounds like Stomp a little bit. It feels very of the time, but also very ahead of its time, and I think it still holds up to this day. It came out in 2000. It's now my favorite movie from 2000.
There you go.
It's so good. I loved it so much. Heartbreaking film, beautiful film. And I think he also did something super weird, and he shot this with like over 100 different digital cameras, just because he's Lars von Trier and he's weird. But like the look of it is kind of weird because it takes place in the 60s, but the look of it is very digital, very 2000s. Like it's got kind of like effects on the screen that look, like those little tiny digital cameras from like the early 2000s that we had. So I don't think it'll ever get a 4K because I don't think it was even shot that way. But it looks beautiful. I love the look of it. It's very unique. There is a Blu-ray that was just announced from Curzon, which I'm going to be picking up. I thought for a moment, maybe I won't get it because I don't know if I'll ever want to watch this again because it's so hard to watch, but I think I will. And maybe you'll watch it.
We'll wait till I need a good cry, and then we'll watch it.
You that's a great idea. Yeah, I recommend watching it if you need a good cry.
Very cathartic for you.
Yeah, it's so tragic, but it's
great.
It's so good. It's so good. I'm excited to watch. I know it's not like a lot of his other films. It's very unique in that way, but I'm excited to watch some of his other films because they're probably just as interesting, at least.
Yeah.
So that's everything we watched in May, but it was a great month. That's plenty. Oh gosh, you're breaking Elvis.
Ah! Sorry, Elvis.
This just blew Hawaii. But we did a pretty good job. Like, I think we didn't watch as many as last year, but we watched as many as we could. Like, we're busy. We're busy, guys. The only thing we can maybe watch 2 or 3 movies a week. Like that's it. Yeah. We're not these people that can watch a movie every night. Like we got kids, so. We did our best. Let us know if you did Musical May with us. I don't know if anyone did that this year. Last year, we had a couple people do it with us. So let us know in the comments what you watched this month. Or just let us know some of your favorite musicals that we haven't talked about yet on the channel.
Because we'll probably do it again next year.
We're burning through the list, so we need some more to talk about. So that's everything we watched this month. Thank you for listening to us talk about it. Thank you for joining me again as well. Leave a like, leave a comment down below. Share the video if you can. We really appreciate it. And until next time, keep collecting.